story will tell itself. It is written in photos and videos from the United States, like this one. This is what New York looked like earlier this week. The Manhattan skyline had disappeared, and the Statue of Liberty could hardly be seen. And this was Brooklyn and the Bronx. The orange tint that you see isn't an Instagram filter, it is the unfiltered air of New York, which has been polluted by smoke from hundreds of wildfires burning in Canada. These ones. Around 3.8 million hectares of land has been charred across 13 provinces. Last we checked, over 500 firefighters were battling blazes. Nearly 12,000 people have been evacuated from parts of Canada. The visuals on your screen now are from Vancouver Island in British Columbia. Why is Canada burning? Warm and dry conditions. I don't know if you know this, but Canada has been experiencing record heat and drought for a long period of time. Here's something else you must know. Wildfires are common in Canada's western provinces. The likes of British Columbia, Alberta, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, the fire season here runs from May through October. But this year, the fires have spread extremely quickly. It has been the worst ever start of the season. The chances are that Canada could also be recording its worst ever year of wildfire. On the line of this fire are critical infrastructure, human lives, Canada's economy, and of course air quality. Earlier this week, Toronto found itself blanketed in heavy smog. And before you knew it, the smog had crossed the border and taken over eastern American cities. The likes of New York, Washington, D.C., Boston, Philadelphia, Baltimore, Hartford, Providence, Vermont, you name it, all of those areas faced those conditions. Earlier this week, flights were cancelled. So were many theatre productions, baseball games, you name it. Governor Kathy Hochul described the situation as an emergency. In D.C., the White House looked pink, and not in a nice way. Some people in the Big Apple were asking how they were coping with the smog. Here's what they said.
I feel very bad. At times I can't breathe.
My children had a great trip planned today, and it's further upstate, closer to Canada, and so they got canceled. So they have to stay inside.
We had a big debate before the kids went to school about should we be wearing masks today.
I wear the mask because I hear about the smoke is coming from Canada, and they say it's very dangerous.
Well, let me let you into an irony. For those of us who have the misfortune of living in Delhi, in the National Capital Region, you do look at all of those pictures, you feel a sense of sympathy, but you also do feel that all of those conditions that you're seeing, that medical emergency that you're seeing out there in America on the eastern seaboard, well, it sometimes feels like an average winter day in this part of the world, in Delhi, in the National Capital Region. We know what happens with stubble burning. We know what happens in the winter, and we can sympathize and we can empathize. And by the way, that's a comparison that many experts have also been making.
The air levels we see today are like background levels in Delhi and Mumbai and Jakarta. Now, I don't think Americans want to hear that necessarily.